I used to be the white woman who would have voted for Donald Trump because I was taught that a man should lead. Let him text you first. Let him pay for you. Don't be more powerful than him. Don't make more money than him. Well, the shift in the world right now is humongous, and it makes them very threatened and very unhappy. And yes, like, this has been a setback, but overall, we're winning. Like, look at us. And this goes for not just women, but minorities as well. They can rape us and beat us and imprison us and make more money than us, but we're still nailing it. And those men are angry, and they hate us when we do well. And they hate us so much that there'll be men watching this right now who go, not all men, fuck you.
Other through different eyes, segregating ourselves by class and size. It's me against you and everything that they do. This planet's become one big spinning disaster. If you don't like where we're going, then you won't like what's coming next. What will we look like in the post-American world? Why cower to all those who oppose the American world?
Right, Frankie Boyle. Good old Frankie Boyle. So me and Scott watched, I recommend everyone here listening to this should watch it, just so you know what we're talking about.
It's on iPlayer.
It's Frankie Boyle's, what was it?
US Election Autopsy.
Yeah. Would you like to begin, Scott?
Well, I sat down readily to watch it because I'm a big Frankie.
To enjoy it,
of course, I enjoyed the last one they did when they had the Carla on, and
what was that? I was trying to remember.
That was the British election. That was when the Tories,
Cameron won.
Yeah, last year when they won a majority.
Yeah.
They did an election autopsy. It was good. He had Sarah Pascoe and Catherine Ryan on, and a Carla. Big up a Carla. I learned
Carla
a lot.
was great in it, wasn't it?
Love a Carla. And then, so I sat down with that vein, like, hey, it's Frankie, it's all good, and now he's got this one, let's see, he's obviously
BBC iPlayer, 45 minutes of pure gold.
Yeah, I may or may not have watched it on iPlayer. License fee. But yeah, I sat down, like, hey, come on, make me laugh, love Frankie, loved it. And from the beginning, I was like, there's a bit of an agenda here. Like, this is very one-sided. I hope
you have to go into a bit more. What made you think that?
Because
because it was straight away with the Trump bashing.
No, I'm all up for Trump bashing. It was okay. So the way it works is he'll put 3 questions to the audience.
Yeah.
And his first question was, I think, does America hate? No, the first question was, anyone in the room would be a better president than Trump.
Why did I keep saying Bush? Trump. Sorry.
And you can't really mess with that. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure most people in that audience would be a better president than Trump.
I don't know. It's a cross section of people that apply to go on TV shows to watch TV shows.
And he had Americans as well. His whole like first 3 rows was Americans, and they were the ones that actually voted and held up the green and red sign if they agreed or not. So the Trump bashing was fine. I'm all up for Trump bashing, but even that had this kind of weird.
What I didn't like about it is that he'd say, "Okay, how do you vote for this thing I just asked?" And they'd vote, and he would ask the people that voted against him why they voted against him.
He'd call them perverts. Or he'd say something.
Because that's a good way,
disparaging.
There was no banter between him and the audience, No.
But you don't. Yeah, but that's a comedy thing. You don't want that. If you open that door, fucking.
Well, some people can do it.
Yeah, but not many, and you don't want to just put your television show in the hands of fuckwits in the audience. I understand.
That's what you got editing for, though. That's what you got editing for.
Yeah, and you never know. It may have happened.
Maybe they did.
But anyway, so when it started getting sketchy for me was the second question. He says he puts it. America hates women.
What a bizarre question to put forward in an election autopsy.
Yeah.
You're autopsying the election, but instead you're talking about feminism.
Yeah. So, pointedly that the question is: does a whole country just fucking hate a whole gender?
And what's retarded about that is 50% of the country are that gender, so they don't hate themselves.
Well, you would think, but according to them, they do.
I gotta tell you, I was really horrified that he used that video footage from that show where they do the beauty things. Like Charlie Brooker talked about that fucking years ago.
Yeah,
that's an old school clip. They just fucking fished out and they're like, oh, look at this.
This
TV
proves
show.
my point.
Well, that these women hate themselves, or that these women went on a reality TV show and got some cosmetic surgery. People get cosmetic surgery. They don't hate themselves, I don't think.
A much better thing would have been if he'd have played a video of a woman who was like, yeah, I voted for Trump and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Why don't you put that on? And then you can talk about that. But no, there's an agenda. It was very one-sided. They start banging on about it.
It's all women,
It's all women on the panel, which was a good thing, I thought. I enjoyed that.
That irritates me, because it's like, okay, you know, it should be equal. Why is it all women? Why can't we have a man standing up for the male perspective?
I think it was more of a statement than anything else.
Because he wasn't standing up for men.
No, he certainly
wasn't. And it's very, very bizarre of him not to. That's kind of a kind of Frankie joke area, because, you know, he could make... It's the sort of thing he would usually make a joke about. He wouldn't mean it. It would be, you know...
Yeah, there was something like self-flagellating, or... Like the way he brought it up and then just let the ladies go on this tangent. The thing that swung with me was when he was like, oh, here's a comic, her name's Desiree Birch. Never heard of her. She came out. She looked like fucking Carmen Miranda. And then starts talking about, yeah, I'm really sick. What I was really sick of was all the way through the election, men trying to talk to me about Hillary's flaws. I mean, like, what's that about? It's like, well... Because she has them. Yeah, I know, but that's not the point. You should just vote for her. She's a woman. I'm going to need a little bit more than that. Because that would be highly sexist of me, wouldn't it? If I picked a leader based on their fucking junk. But no, apparently not.
Yeah, but, you know, in the same sense, like, how many people voted for Obama because he was black? How many of those people that voted for him actually knew... followed what his policies were? Who knew what any of Hillary's policies were? We all know what Trump's were. They were the crazy ones that we were like, what the fuck? But in terms of Hillary's ones,
no, she was just she was more focused on like broad strokes and
all the celebrity stuff is just fucking horrific, man.
Yeah,
like, that is so cringe. I can't believe they did that.
Yeah.
Did she actually think? Did her PR people think that was cool?
Mm-hmm. Did you see the interview she did where she went on a black radio station? They said, what's the one thing you always carry in your purse? Her answer? Hot sauce.
She didn't.
She did.
She might as well said chicken peas.
Yeah. And they were like...
watermelon?
They even said to her, what? Like, really? And she was like, yep. And they're like, okay, black people are going to think you're just pandering to them. And she goes, well...
Did she open the bag and did she have some hot sauce?
Fuck no.
What?
But that's a big thing, isn't it? Black people always got hot sauce because the food's so bland. So she played that stereotype. She played it for favour.
That's terrible, man.
Yeah, but she's a woman, so vote for her. It's, you know, like that whole autopsy thing. And then Catherine Ryan, who cannot be outdone in the misandry stakes, launches into this rambling thing about how she used to be the kind of person who would vote for Trump. But obviously she's a lot more intelligent now because she's come over here. I didn't hear her say how she's more intelligent now. I didn't hear that. Or she just Canadian. Said she was.
She's Canadian anyway, so it doesn't work anyway.
Well, yeah, but she said she was exactly the kind of person who would have voted for Trump. Don't know what made that change. Maybe it's because she got involved in show business. But, and then, like, this rambling soliloquy about how she's sick of hearing men say, well, I'm not a rapist. I don't abuse women. Fuck you. It's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. So I do?
No, you're not meant to question anything we're saying.
Oh, of course,
You're
yeah.
meant to sit
All
there
men are
and
terrible.
nod. You're just meant to sit there and nod. Frankie, you're the sort of guy that sits around and nods.
Yeah, like you, Mr. Boyle. You're
Such
a very
a nice
nice
guy.
man. You just sit there and you nod and you agree because you're a nice man. And what did he do? He just nodded. And
Yeah, that was a heartbreaking moment for me. I was like, Frankie, what's going on? You could be like, I'm Frankie Boyle. Who the fuck are you?
this is an opportune moment for a cunt joke. Don't you think? Oh no, that would be insensitive.
Yeah.
If you start pandering to people
Do you
like
think he's
that,
looking for something on BBC now? Do you reckon he's trying to get his own show, which is, he's going to do like a panel show or like his own Mock the Week show or something like that?
Frankie's leftatorium.
I don't know. It's something.
It's weird.
He's setting himself up a bit, doing the Room 101 now, and then doing the autopsy,
Well,
but not being his true character at all.
You told me something very interesting because obviously I didn't stay for Room 101, but you told me he went on about how he'd broken up with his girlfriend
Yeah,
and now he's single.
yeah.
I think he wants to shag a feminist. I reckon he's got his eye on someone. And the way to get into her underwear is to regurgitate all this fucking mental left nonsense. Last year there was a kid. He was in school and apparently he went to a discussion and they were talking about how just men are rapists. Like deep down, Liam, we're all rapists. And he was really offended and really upset by it. So he went and he put something on social media of him holding a piece of paper and it said,
I'm not a rapist.
like, not all men. #. He got torn to fucking shreds for saying, I don't agree with that.
I've never raped anyone.
And I don't plan on it. Yeah, that's not the point. Well, it's kind of the point.
That is the point.
What about me? What about, the guy that respects women and does, doesn't even question the equality thing? I was born and raised to believe that. It's never been an issue. Yeah, you're missing the point. The patriarchy has been keeping us down, and we're not fucking taking it anymore.
Yeah, this
it's like, calm down.
No,
you're getting fucking weird.
You know, I don't agree with you. But then as soon as you say that, and I do read that point a lot, and it is the thing that angers me and throws me over the edge.
Well, the patriarchy.
Yeah, when they talk about how it's a system that's designed to destroy them.
Yeah, subjugate women.
It really isn't.
It's not.
You got some adverts that pander towards your vanity, like, and it works. You know, and they use things like my cock to fucking get me, like, to make me, you know.
Yeah.
They use sex to sell to me, and they use vanity to sell to you.
Yeah.
So don't complain about it. Like, you love it. You love buying shit. You love going shopping. You like buying.
Let's talk
stuff
about why that works. Instead of, oh, it's just men trying to make us feel shit about ourselves. It's not.
No, we don't. Like, we haven't got any say over what you wear. Haven't you noticed? You just wear what you want to wear.
Yeah.
Like, if you've been in a relationship where your boyfriend has top, and it's weird. Like, sometimes you'll hear these people and they're like, "I was in an abusive relationships," and they're like, "Yeah, try to leave the house." And my boyfriend's like, "Oh, don't want you going out dressed like that." Like, what? Who is he?
Mm.
Do you know how many times I've tried to buy something in the shop or wear something or put like something together? My missus go, "Have you seen the state of yourself?
Mm.
You're not going out of the house like that. That doesn't
No.
change."
No.
That's not sexist.
No, but if you turn around and
But if
went,
I said
what
that-
the fuck do you think you're doing wearing that skirt? No. Below the knee, love. Below the knee. When you're with me, skirts, below the knee. Or what about these sexy underwear? Yeah, I don't want you wearing them outside. I want you wearing baggy pants. It would be horrendous. It would be, you know.
You did take it a bit far, didn't you?
Yeah,
You can wear
but
sexy underwear out, as long as no one else can see it.
you do what you want, Monforever. Like, don't let me stop you. But it's just, this is the best women have ever had it.
Yeah, and to still be complaining, that make it sound like it's really, really tough.
Yeah, like,
Bad.
why don't you go over to Iran and
And it
try
really
and
is
run your gums about wearing whatever you want over
Like,
there, where
have
they
you not
can't
s-
even drive?
Have you not seen the law? Like, the law is quite strict on these things nowadays.
Yeah. What about divorce laws? What about marriage laws? What about right of access to kid laws? You guys are pretty much set. I mean, it's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. And we could probably go a lot further than we have.
And we
But-
slowly will. Like,
Yeah.
it takes time. You
Yeah.
know, you can't just.
But for someone like Catherine Ryan to sit on that panel and say, fuck you, to a whole generation of men that are like in their 20s and 30s and were raised by strong women who, we don't feel
Like, we need to side with you and be on your
Yeah.
team.
you're picking on us for agreeing with you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What do you want us to do? Like, would
No,
you
but not
literally like
say,
our
but-
bollocks in your purse?
No, but not to say anything about it. It's not our place. It's not our place to say anything, but it's our fault that it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's confusing.
The sins of our fathers. I'm sorry if my dad referred to women as sorts. I don't.
Yeah, I never walk down the street and slap anyone on the arse and say, "What, darling?"
I've never wolf whistled at anyone. Sober. You know, like, there's a certain, I don't know, like, there's an assault on women being women and men on being men. I've never been an alpha type, and neither of you.
Oh no.
But
far
there
from
are
it.
certain things I enjoy. Certain male, masculine things. Really love the UFC. Really love it. There's a primal part in me, Liam, that's like, no, violence is wrong. Violence is bad. I sit down and watch UFC, and by the end of it, I'm like, fucking yeah, fucking break it, fucking like, because it hits me in this combative testosterone, blah, darts, competitive, male camaraderie, boozing. There are certain elements of maleness that I like, and I don't think I should have to fucking apologise.
No, but it's the keeping the women part down that she's talking about. You can play
Yeah, but
darts
how am I doing that?
just by being a man.
Just by being a man.
Yeah.
Well, there's not much I can fucking do about that.
With
Unless
all
I
the
go
men-
Caitlyn.
Because all the men are in their ivory tower laughing down.
Oh, yeah. Ah, you saucy
so
little
rich.
strumpet.
I have so complete control power over you, even though most women have better jobs than men and they're better at keeping their jobs. They're more reliable, so they earn more, they get mortgages, they have better credit history. They you know.
How about this?
They-
Most men, especially from the ages of 13 to maybe 20, 25, fucking terrified of women.
Yeah.
I like you. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, they are. There are tons, man.
Of course.
I was terrified as well.
Me too. I was fucking petrified.
Still am.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm not like a, oi, oh, I love you, but so spot, oi, oi. I'm like, is there any chance you'd have sex with me? I didn't say no straight away.
Yeah. Let me try what little charm I've got out.
A feminist would hear that and be like, oh, so what, you planning on raping her? She said no, but you're still thinking about, no.
But is it rape if she says yes? Depends. Wait, does it?
There was this thing in Turkey about they all took to the street to protest.
I saw that.
And it was about whether a man should be in prison if he shagged an underage girl that he'd married.
Yeah. So he rapes a young lady, but he does the right thing and marries her. He should be allowed off. Seriously? That's something that you're discussing? Like, you know, I don't want to get into the whole...
Yeah, but I guess in countries... No.
Shit,
but in countries where this happens a lot, you've got a bit of a problem if you're putting all those men into prison when they're just following...
religious doctrine?
Well, natural practice. Because women, you know... Back in the old days, this is what used to happen. 13, 14-year-old girls, they can have babies. So they used to have babies.
Nature says 13, but the law says 18.
16.
A lot of places it's 18.
It's 18, yeah. But I can
a lot of places,
understand.
if you're a woman, you have sex with someone outside of marriage, you're in big trouble.
But the thing they don't question is that... Well, did you hear that story about that woman that was on holiday? And
She got raped,
and then
she was arrested.
Yeah, she might go to prison.
Wow. But we all know you women, you're fucking liars. You're fucking sneaky liars.
I'll tell you.
It has come out now that she did consent, by the way.
Really?
By the way. But of course, when she had a threesome with two blokes, she woke up and was like, oh, shit.
I got raped.
I don't want my boyfriend thinking I'm out here fucking two dudes just for the hell of it. Yeah, that's apparently what happened.
The most stupidest thing, if you just had a threesome, if you don't want your boyfriend to find out, is not go to the police in a fucking Arabic country, like saying, I got raped.
I'd suggest keeping your goddamn mouth shut.
Oh, and your days closed.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe, you know, you should explore that whore instinct in you because you're not ready to commit. Special prosecutor like he said he would to investigate her and all that bullshit. No, he's going to give her time to heal, which I read as the Saudis have told me, leave her alone.
Yeah, you'll probably need her for something. Like, she's probably got access codes to one secret room in the Pentagon.
Yeah.
Oh, probably a few. She must know some stuff.
They're in the they are the established order. Like, fucking, she made 250 million over the course of 10 years making speeches. Oh, I'm sorry, no, you don't.
I wouldn't believe for 1 second that Donald Trump is not the sort of man who has skeletons in his closet.
Of course.
He must have some terrible ones. Like, no one gets to be that rich and successful without doing a few terrible things to humanity along the way.
It's pretty much known that he was involved with the mob in the 80s, like when he was building all his New York this and New York that. Like, yeah. So, anyway, how do you start it?
Just give it time. Let it fester. This is the problem because we met up on Saturday. We talked about it, so it all kind of feels like we got it off our chest.
I don't really remember what we talked about on Saturday night. So just feel free if you think, oh yeah, I'll say that again. Hammer.